Good morning, everyone. It is the end of this first week. And I know I was supposed to do videos all throughout the week, but it's so much. I'm doing all of this by myself. I don't have any help at all. Like, my daughter does help me if I need her, to hold the camera and things like that. But sis is 13. Sis got her own things to do. I'm going to put these on because it's bright out here. But yeah, so I just want to talk about the first week. A lot of emotions and a lot of just dealing with things that are in my own brain. Now, first of all, I did start out this challenge because I wanted to challenge myself. Like, this is the best way for me to challenge myself to stick to a routine. It's almost like a little basic training for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, got to get up at a certain time. I've been, basically like a 75 hard, or kind of like what was that thing that people were doing? That reset, that thing that was going on TikTok where everybody was like resetting and whatever. So it's kind of like that same concept, but it's very personal for me because for a long time, I have had a blockage when it comes to selling things and making sales, and like actually having the confidence to go for making sales. And so, or just like having the confidence to go through that whole process of like putting myself out there and making sales. Now, I have been praying about it and wondering where that comes from. And the only thing that can come to mind, because typically when there's something like that in my head, I just like try to skip over it, because it's like, okay, now we're living in reality here. Like, it don't matter what your problems are or your feelings are, you still gotta do what you gotta do, right? So this person behind me is actually crazy if they think I'm gonna go faster than what I'm going. They really need to take the crack cocaine out of their vehicle. Yeah. The one thing that comes to mind is this moment where I was in Columbia, South Carolina, and like I had just got out the army, and I was really like, I was already good at sewing. I wasn't crocheting yet, not the type of things I'm crocheting right now. And I just remember working with somebody it was a business transaction, and they asked me to do work for them. And so then I was like, okay, well, yeah, these are, thinking that this is a business mentor, I'm like, these are the plans that I have. These are the things that I want to do. I'm going to start doing it right now, right here and right now, even though it's just me and I'm by myself and like just full of so much ambition, drive, tenacity, fervor, verve, had projected where I wanted to be and all of those things. And this crusty rat, well, he wasn't crusty, okay, he was black. He had on a lot of Vaseline and a lot of cocoa butter, so I will give him that. But this man, okay, looked at me and told me, but nobody knows who you are. Like, nobody knows who you are here. Like, you don't have no following. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody's going to come out to support what you're doing because nobody knows who you are. And so just like that. And subconsciously, I've been holding on to that. And so I had to let that go. Like, I've let that go. I have let that go. This week I have let that go. That being in the back of my mind really was a huge blockage for me. Okay. Now, am I going to say that he meant that maliciously? I don't know how he meant it. All I know is how it affected me. Okay. And so now I have thrown that out. Another thing, this week we had the, what's that thing called? This week I had a sample sale. Okay, I keep saying we because I am going to have a team one day. But this week I had a sample sale. And first of all, I did the sample sale on live. Let me tell y'all about this live, okay? I have gone live on Instagram plenty of times. I've gone live on Instagram so many times. I want to do my sample sale. I go on live. Instagram tells me that my account is not eligible to go on live. I don't understand that. So, nevertheless, I do like a bunch of stories, right? And I am going to take these stories and turn them into a reel, but I do a bunch of stories. And show the prices and all of those things for the samples that I have. These are still good items. These are really nice items. They're just samples that I need to get rid of. Poor beaver. They're samples that I need to get rid of. That wasn't a beaver, that was a raccoon. That I need to get rid of because I need space. Like, I need space for these items, okay? Right. So nobody wanted anything. I did post the capes in some of my Facebook groups, and I did also end up going live on actual Facebook. I can't go live on TikTok yet. As you may know, I did have an account previously with 2,000 followers on it, and a video that actually went viral up to 75K views, and I don't know what happened, but I cannot get into that account. I can't recover the account. So I started a new TikTok, and I have like 43 followers on that joint. So I do need to spend more time on that. I went live on Facebook, and nobody wanted any of those things. Like I said, I posted my capes that I love so much. I posted them in some history groups. But then this girl, I was at not Hobby Lobby, at Michael's, and this girl gave me like the perfect idea. Like, girl, you're marketing to the wrong people. You need to be marketing to the goth girls and the emo girls. And when I tell you, I don't know why I didn't think of that before, because that's definitely me. Like, if you know me, you know that it's very much giving. I wanted to go to Hot Topic when I was a kid, but my mom wouldn't let me. Like, that's what it's giving, okay? It's giving Daria, it's giving Jane, it's giving all of that. So, you know, for heaven's sake, I don't know why I didn't think about that. And then I confirmed it with one of my friends, one of my really good friends, who's always very encouraging. And she was like, yeah, girl, she's right. You should definitely do that. So shout out to you, Kiana, because you confirmed for me what I already should have been knew. And so that was that. And then after the sample sale, I did get a request for a custom item, and it was one of my really good friends from the Army, and she needed some glasses cases. So the good thing about that is I do want to start doing fairs and shows, so that type of item is actually perfect for a fair, like a craft fair or a vendor fair type situation. Things like that, things like beanies, like little things that don't take a lot of time that I know I can sell cheap enough for people, you know, just the regular person to purchase. And it's also a gateway into the other things that I do. Now, of course, if I did one of those fairs, I would have my fancy schmancy stuff, but also wanting to give those who can't afford that the ability to purchase something from my brand. It's the same thing that all the big brands do. Chanel does it, Gucci does it, everybody does it. You might not be able to get that Louis Vuitton luggage, but I guarantee you might be able to get that little keychain coin holder purse. Same concept, okay? So I am gonna get now one of those thingies, like the temperature gauge thingies that we can be like, oh, I have this because it's $20, and at first I was feeling bad about that. I don't know why, probably because I'm in luteal phase, but I was feeling really bad about it, like feeling like a failure, that nobody wanted to purchase anything, and I had to be like, Caridad, calm down. Pump your brakes, back. Like, this is week 1, okay? You have time, but when you have such a passion for what you do and you really want to succeed, you can get antsy like that. So I do have to give myself grace for feeling that way, but also at the same time, cut it out. All right, cut it out. And just stay consistent and stay with the plan. Like, stay with the goal, stick with the plan, remember what the goal is, and remember that even though it is a goal to make 20K, it's not necessarily all about the money, okay? It's not all about the money, because if I start making it all about the money, I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to be making things that I don't feel, we going to turn. And you want to know, don't make a U-turn here. You know it ain't no U-turn right here. the crazy part about that situation, this is just an aside, them people honking at the girl that was next to me. I used to be a substitute teacher, and she was actually one of my students, okay? Very tiny little sweet girl. Don't be honking at her. Sis is just trying to make sure that she can see before she turns. She just got her license, dang. Getting on my nerves. Anyway, I'm verklempt. I'll say that. I don't know what the emotion is, but I know I'm filled with it. So I am just verklempt. I'm really excited. Really happy that my friend supported me by purchasing that item, because nobody has to purchase from me. Like, people don't have to support me. It's just, when it comes to selling and stuff like that, I think a lot of my anxiety comes from the fact that I just genuinely don't know how to sell. Like, do you want it or not? You see it. You see it. So do you want it or do you not want it? But that's just what goes through my mind, right? And it's like, I know, and it's crazy because once people come up to me, like my mom, she sells soap, and girl, I'm a soap salesman. You hear me? I be getting people to buy them soaps when she need me to come and sit at her table. So it's like, girl, why can't you do the same thing for yourself? But I can guarantee you, if I just put myself out there, and the people will come up to me, I just am such a person. I'm just a diagnosophist, a conversationalist. Like, I have the gift of gab, so I know that I can do it. It's just getting over it. You know what I'm saying? It's all that stuff that is just like this in your brain. You got to get over it and just do it. So that's where I'm at. I'm committed to being committed. I'm committed to doing whatever it is that I have to do to make my business thrive. And it might not be that I get a lot of sales, but it could be connections. It could be opportunities, things like that, because I'm not opposed to teaching people how to sew either. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might come along and be like, can you teach these kids how to sew? I used to do that. I used to do crochet classes online for a girl that was actually homeschooled. And sometimes they give the parents grant money to have classes like that, like, things that you typically would learn in like a home economics class. And so that's how she was paying me. Opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Really what it's about at the end of the day, what it's all about. Let me look in the camera. At the end of the day, what it's really all about is consistency. I want to be consistent with my brand and with my presence. That's what it's about. Because look at me. Listen to me. I'm charismatic, okay? I just know that there's something else out there for me. And this is how we're going to get there. So, anywho, that's today's update. I am going to get one of those charts to show how much we made. So I'm going to insert that at the end of this video. But I hope that you guys enjoy listening to my rambling. I love you and adios. I got to go to Aldi. I got to go get my groceries. Goodbye.